Ulta. Hello everyone. Okay, so today we are going to learn a new fact. Okay, it's all about the pronoun. I'm sure you know what is a pronoun. Pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Okay, it is replacement. What is a pronoun? Okay, so pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. It is used in place of a noun. Okay. For example, if I am talking about, say, my pet dog, Luna, if I say Luna belongs to the breed of golden retriever, Luna is very active. Luna is, see, very playful. If I say Luna is very healthy, so instead of repeating Luna and Luna and Luna, I can substitute with it. Okay. For animals, we use it. For a boy, we say he. For a girl, we say she. Group of people, we say they, we, us. So there are two kinds of pronouns. Okay, one is subjective, one is objective. Subjective is, for example, I, he, she, we. Okay, we, they, and all. And what is objective? Objective means us, me. Okay, so all these. That is, it is taking the place of an object in a sentence. Okay. So now today we'll learn about personal pronoun, okay? So what is personal pronoun? It refers to a specific person or object or group of things used in place of noun. As I told you just now, so what is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. And what is personal pronoun? So personal pronoun, that is the words which is used in place of a noun. And there are three kinds of personal pronoun. Okay, so we'll learn about it. Now, example, we have a personal pronoun. Now he is used for male. Okay, it can be a man, boy. I goes the person presenting it. She, you, it, they, me, who, him, whom, her, them, etc. Okay, me and all of these are there. Now, a personal pronoun describes a person or a thing in following ways. Okay, now as I told you, there are three. Okay, now personal pronouns can be classified into three. Okay, first person, second person, third person. I'll just explain to you. Now I am here. Okay, I'm presenting, I'm talking, I'm explaining about pronoun. So when I talk about myself, okay, so I'm the first person here. I'm talking to you. So you are the second person. Okay. Now, when suppose now we both interact. Okay. I'm asking you what is your name? How old are you? Did you have your breakfast? Or what is special about lunch and all? Did you enjoy your vacation? So when I'm interacting with you, it is first person and second person, right? So only two people. So first person and there you are second person. Now comes the third person. Third person is now just imagine your mother or your father is next to you. Okay. So now I'm just trying to find out from you, did your mom have her breakfast or is dad sitting next to you? So when I talk about other person, okay, so now I am talking to you, second person. Now when I try to find out, when I try to inquire about your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your friends, okay, they become third person. Clear? Is that clear? Now if I tell you, I had idli for breakfast. What did you have for breakfast? You tell me I had puri and aloo curry. Okay, so first person, second person. Now I want to know and I want to introduce third person. Okay, so now what did your grandmother have for breakfast? So you can say she had dosa. Clear? So we both are talking about grandmother. So first person, second person, and grandmother. Okay, she may be next to you, or she may be in her native place, or she is somewhere out. Or it can be your friend also. I can inquire about your puppy dog. Okay, so they become third persons. Okay, I'm sure. So you're clear about first person, second person, and third person. Now, today we will learn about the uh, words which we use as pronoun instead of first person, second person, and third person. Right? So, first person, I told you, first person. Okay. So, I am going to tell or discuss or give you details about myself. So, I am the first person here. So, who's the first person? The person who speaks. Now, I am speaking to you, you are a listener. Okay. So, the person who speaks today, now it's me, okay? So English ma'am here. Tomorrow it can be you or maybe your mom, your dad, your friend, anyone. Clear? So first person role can be any person who is speaking. Be clear. Who's the first person? First person is the person who is presenting. Okay, so I am presenting now, so I am the first person now. So the person who speaks. Example, I and we. Okay. For example, we all plan to go on a picnic. Okay. So I, you, and grandparents, mom, and dad. So I can say, we are going on a picnic. Okay. Or we are visiting the temple. Okay. Or we are going to attend a dinner. Clear? So this becomes the first person, right? Now, examples. I went to the grocery store. See here. Okay. Right. Clear? I'll make it very clear. Now, I went to the grocery store. Second one, we are planning a weekend trip. Clear? We. Now, we also is used as a first person because I'm talking about here, I represent only a single person, but I can also have my friends, I can have my family. Okay. So, when I talk to others, so I'm talking about myself, I'm talking about my family. So, I can say we. Okay. So, we are visiting a park or we are planning a weekend trip. Next one is I want to learn how to play the piano. Okay. So first person. Now I'm giving information. The first person, it can be a person can ask a question. Person can give information. Clear? So now I tell you that I want to learn how to play the piano. And remember, always remember before the instrument. This is musical instrument, right? It is musical instrument. So before this, always we use the, remember this, certain points I would like to highlight, okay? So not necessarily, though we are learning about pronoun, but it is a must that we learn proper grammar. Okay, so here we have learned about the first person, right? Now comes the second person. Now, who's the second person? Yes, very good. You have guessed it. Yeah. Now, see, I can't talk to the wall and the fan and the window, right? I'm a human being. Clear? So, any normal person will interact with the other person. Minimum one person has to be there. So, the person opposite to me or with whom I am going live or I am actively talking, conversing. Clear? So the person who's listening is called the second person. Clear? The person who is spoken to. Spoken to is nothing but, okay, when we say spoken to is the listener. Okay. Now, one person, any normal conversation, the one person speaks, the other person listens. When you speak, I listen. This when it goes live. Okay. So the person who listens will be the second person. Remember, the person who speaks is the first person. Now we are learning about second person. Second person, now you are listening to me. Okay. So you are the second person. So the person who is spoken to or who is the listener. Example, you, okay, your and yours. Yeah. So we tell the you. Okay. So I can ask you, what color dress are you wearing? Okay. So are you comfortable sitting on sofa? So you become the second person. Now let us go through some of the examples here. You are always welcome to visit my ashram anytime. Okay, you. Now, you is the second person. Now, just imagine, for some time, you just imagine I'm talking to you. Okay, you should always do your homework before going out. Okay, and third sentence, you are my best friend. Okay, so I am telling you this. You are my best friend. Okay, so you are the second person here, right? Now, next comes the third person. Third person, as I told you, okay, so I'm talking to you. Now, we are talking about your pet dog, or talking about your parrot, talking about maybe grandmother wanted information or asking some question. So, when we both ask or when we talk about other person next to you at home or can be far away also, so that person becomes the third person. Okay, let me be clear. First person is the person who's speaking. Second person, you are listening. Third person is about whom we are speaking. Third person is about whom we are speaking. Okay, so now if I just wanted to know, um, for example, is your grandfather taking medicine on time? Okay, so now I just want some information. If your grandfather is taking care of his health, or he is going for a morning walk, okay, or is your grandmother still on bed? Okay, so when we ask something, or is your grandmother arriving today? Okay, is your uncle taking you for an outing? Clear? So when I ask about the third person, so that is the person we both are talking about another person. Okay, now we'll go through the examples. Okay, she, he, they, it. Okay. Now, for example, I can tell you he is a talented musician. Okay. Now, we both are talking about some other he. Can be a man or a boy, but somebody who's a musician. Okay. So, he is a talented musician. Okay. Now, he is a talented musician. Next, they they are traveling to Europe. Okay. Now, the third person. Third person in the sense group of people. Clear? So we are talking about some group who are traveling to Europe. Then next sentence, he is reading an interesting book in the library. Okay. So somebody maybe uh, or Shyam or somebody. Clear? Abdul. Somebody is reading some book in the library. Clear? Next one, she. She loves to hike every weekend. Okay. So she here, she is a girl, or it can be a grandmother, it can be your mother, or it can be any person, female person. Next one was okay, raining all morning. It happened so yesterday, clear? We had a respite from the heat. It was very pleasant morning, clear? So it was raining all morning. So now here, now third person, I told you already, it can be your grandparents, uncle, or it can be a puppy dog, it can be your pet parrot, or it can be a non-living thing. Okay, you can say this bike. Okay, for example, you can talk about your bike also. You can also say that it gives a good mileage. Okay, or it is an attractive car. Yeah, so it can be living or a non-living thing. And then we have they are playing soccer in the clear, talking about boys, talking about men, or football lovers. Okay, so we are talking about group of people. So the third person, it becomes they. Okay. Now next comes reflexive. Okay. Now in reflexive, after knowing first person, second person, third person, it's important to know about reflexive pronoun. See, generally in pronoun, what happens? There is subject and there is an object. Okay. For example, I am talking to you. So I first person, I'm the subject here, and you becomes the object here. But here in this case, subject and object is the same. Okay, would have heard you yourself. You yourself must manage your homework. Okay, or I finish cooking myself. Okay, or they enjoyed in the park themselves. Understood now? Okay, so the subject and the object will be the same here. Now let us understand. Now, what are reflexive pronouns? These are the pronouns ending in self or selves. Okay, this is a thing but plural and are used when subject and object of a sentence are the same. Okay. Now, remember this, I'm highlighting this, subject and object of a sentence are the same. Okay. For example, he hurt himself. That is, nobody hurt him. He had a fall. Clear? Or somehow he got a scratch. So you can say that he hurt himself. Or she painted herself. Clear? So here, subject and object both are same. Clear? He himself. Now this is he is subject, himself is the object here. She is now I will just show you with okay, this is the subject and this is the object. Okay, subject, this is object. Subject, object, subject, object. Okay, subject and this is the object here. Now he himself, she herself, we ourselves, they themselves, I myself. Okay, I myself climbed the mountain. You can say they themselves. Okay, they cooked all by themselves. Clear? We we enjoyed, or you can say we swam across a channel ourselves. It means we did not take the help of any raft or any boat or all by it is done all by themselves. Clear? Now for animals. Now subject it can be a living thing or it can be for animals or birds. It animals things we use itself. Okay. So for example, you can say cat. Cat is quite hygienic, you know. It doesn't litter here and there. You can say uh, cat cleans itself. Okay. You understand? The cat cleans itself. The paper flew itself. It means not by maybe fan or through some other blowing agent, but all by itself. Clear? You yourself. Okay. Now you yourself are responsible for your health or for your performance or for your score. Okay? Now examples: herself, yourself, himself, ourselves, itself, themselves. Okay. And one thing I just like to remind you here, okay, always remember, now here it is yourself, okay, here it is yourself. Now, wherever there is F, when you want to make it plural, it will take VES, remember. Herself, yourselves, okay, himself, ourself. So here it can be OURSELF. So instead of F, we can also have VES, yourselves, itself, and same way themselves. Okay, so instead of VES, we can also use F. Remember this, clear? So in pronouns here or in certain plurals, okay, there is a rule for the plural word. In the nouns, we would have learned about it. Okay, so if the last letter or the second last letter happens to be F or FE, the plural will be VES. Okay. Okay. The examples we have, she was looking herself. See, She is the subject here. Okay. She is the subject and herself is the object here in the picture. Okay. Now she is the subject here. Okay. And herself is the object. Okay. Next, my friends. Friends here. Friends, subject, decorated the class by themselves. So here it is object here. The washing machine. So washing machine is the subject here. Works by itself. Itself is object. Okay. So whenever we talk, so naturally the information is one is the giver and one is the receiver, or it can be to the person or it can be for the person. Okay. So this is about the reflexive pronoun. Now, next one is reciprocal. Okay, now what is reciprocal? First, we'll try to understand. Reciprocal is, it is just a kind of exchange. Okay, like in maths, you have 2 by 3. What is reciprocal of 2 by 3? It is 3 by 2. Okay, just reverse it. Clear? Now, for example, you treated me on your birthday. So definitely it's a kind of opportunity, So I will be treating you on my birthday. Now you invited me for Christmas. So I will be inviting you for Ramzan, Bakrid and all. Yeah. So that's kind of exchange. Okay. Exchange of friendship, exchange of love, clear? Exchange of respect. So this is known as reciprocal. Okay. What is reciprocal? Reciprocal is nothing but exchange. But it can also be negative ones. Remember, let me tell you, not only good, it can be bad. See, for example, two small kids, okay, like Lata and Ram, okay, both had a fight. Lata hit Ram and Ram hit back Lata. So that is also reciprocal. Okay. So reciprocal is exchange. It can be a good, can be bad. There can be even exchange of words, verbals. Okay. So remember, reciprocal is exchange. Exchange for a good thing or a bad cause also. Okay. Now, reciprocal pronoun, it is used when two or more nouns are acting. Okay, so for example, now we both are nouns. Okay, so person, second person, both are nouns. Or you and your maybe the person, your family members, your pet, it can be anything. Clear? So, or you, it can be your toys, it can be a computer, it can be the mobile, anything. So it becomes two persons. Clear? Now, when two persons are when we want to talk about two persons, okay, so it can be for example, there are only two persons, we say each other. Okay, each other. Now when there are more than two, or there is possibility of more than two, or we want to talk about a group, maybe a classroom or maybe a crowd or maybe customers or passers-by, so we use the word one another. We should love one another. Okay, be good to each other. Okay, so always the parents advise the kids, parents advise you that you should be good to your friends. So you can say you should be good to each other. Okay, and they will also advise you not only to only one person, but a whole class. Okay, your classmates, they may tell you, please respect one another. It means you need to respect your friend and the friend will respect you. Clear? So remember, we use each other when there are two people, each other. Okay, each and other. And when one another, when there are more than two or in a group of people. Okay. So here, each other and one another are two reciprocal pronouns. I repeat it here. Each other and one another are two reciprocal pronouns. Okay, example, two girls pushed each other. Okay, two girls. I told you. So pushed each other. So for example, this is Reena, this is Meena. Reena pushed Meena, Meena pushed Reena. So they pushed each other. The people in the party greeted one another. Okay. Now you understand? When you go for the party, it's not only two people, many people, countless people, clear? So you greet, festival time, you greet everybody, exchange greetings, clear? So we use one another. Remember this, two people, each other, more than two, or about talking about a group, we use one another, okay? Now we have some examples here. Mr. Ram and Mr. Ashok shared their balcony with each other. Now Ram and Ashok. So how many people? One, two. Clear? So two people. So they shared the balcony, they shared their room, they share maybe lot of things. Clear? So only two people, we say each other. All the students wished best of luck to one another. See, when you go for the exam or any competitive test and all, only two people answer? Definitely no. More than two people, okay? So countless people. Clear? So then you greet one another. Okay? Your teacher or maybe some academic in charge will instruct you. Clear? That you need to respect or you need to greet one another in the room or in the auditorium. Okay? So I'm sure we have learned about new concepts. Yes, come on. You can answer yourself. Yes, yes, I know. What did we learn the first thing? Yes, personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, there are first person, second person, third person. Clear? Then we learned about, yes, very good. Clear? Reciprocal pronoun and reflexive pronoun. So what happens? What happens once we finish learning? Very good. Yes, you're guessing. Now we will test. Okay. So you sit there, you relax and try to answer. Okay, I'll help you out. So just sit and try to guess it. Yeah, I'll give you a few seconds. You have to guess and check with me if the answer is correct. First one, choose the appropriate option for the following questions. Okay, you're lucky. It is all MCQ. So answers are already revealed. Only thing you have to pick the one. First one, what are personal pronouns? A. Words used in place of nouns in sentences. B. Words used to describe actions. C. Words used to express emotions. And D. Words used to ask questions. Okay. So I'm sure you have guessed right. Yes. I'm going slow so that you can guess the answer. Very good. The correct answer is A. Clear? The correct answer is A. Clear? Words used in place of nouns in sentences. Okay. Second, which of the following is a singular personal pronoun? Singular. See, I told you singular. Okay. Singular personal pronoun. Now, singular means like he, she, I, and all. Plural, we, they. Clear? You know this. So, which of the following is a singular personal pronoun? We, they, he, you. Okay. So, which one is singular here? Naturally, he. He is the answer. Third one, choose the correct personal pronoun to complete the sentence. Dash is a blind man. Okay. So, what are the options? Dash is a blind man. There's a clue here, man. So, which pronoun are you going to use? Very good. He. Okay. So, we have option he, she. Okay. So, the correct option is he. He is a blind man. Next, Dash cannot cook themselves. Remember, see this. Okay. See the reflexive one. So, naturally, when we see themselves, it has to be the plural. Clear? He, no, they, she, we. We cannot cook themselves, no, they. So, they is a third person here. Okay, in reflexive pronoun. So, they cannot cook themselves. So, the answer should be they here. They. Okay, they cannot cook themselves. Next, Replace the underlined words with the personal pronouns. Okay, now you find some words have been underlined, so you have to choose the correct answer for it. My sister Rani and brother Shiva walk to school every day. So we have to see for these underlined words which word will suit. They, we, he, she. Very good. I know you have guessed right. They. Okay. So they walk to school every day. So if you use this word they, okay. So instead of that, they is the correct answer. Okay. They walk to school every day. Now they means it is Rani and brother Shiva. Okay. Next, we have fill in the blank with the correct pronoun. Aryan is flying. Okay. Aryan is flying dash kite in the park. So, Aryan, Aryan is a boy. Okay. So, his, her, him, them. Aryan is flying his kite. Yeah. So, answer should be Aryan is flying his kite in the park. Okay. Next, we should have faith in dash. See, we is the subject here. So herself, ourselves, themselves, none of this. We should have faith in ourselves. Okay. Eighth one, he let Dash and his family down by his bad behavior. Okay. Now here we have to see what can be the reflexive one. He let himself. He let himself and his family down by his bad behavior. 9. I learned typewriting by dash. Okay, so I. So yourself, itself, myself, themselves. So it should be myself. I I learned typewriting by myself. 10th. Okay, try to guess. We see dash in a mirror. Whom do you see? When you stand in front of a mirror, what happens? Okay, we see in a mirror themselves, itself, ourselves, himself. So it should be we see ourselves in a mirror. Okay. 11th, she dash found out her mistake. So she, herself, itself, himself, yourself. Very good. She herself found out her mistakes. Reflexive. I told you reflexive subject and the object will be the same. 12th, the two friends bade goodbye. Bade means said. Okay. Bade goodbye to dash. The two friends. Okay. What did I tell you? Yes. Yes. Very good. When there are two people, we use each other. More than two, we use one another. Okay. Yes. We remember. Remember this as a ground rule. Okay. So since there are two friends, each other. Two friends bade goodbye to each other. Okay. Very good. 13th one. Meena and Kavya are close friends, so they hugged. Yes, I can hear your voice. They hugged each other. Very good, you have understood it. 14th, the classmates gave surprise gifts to Dash on the Christmas Eve. Okay, now what are the choices here? Each other, one another, someone, none of these. Okay, the classmates gave surprise gifts to Dash on the Christmas Eve. Classmates, classmates. So children in a classroom. More than two. So what should we use? Exactly. Okay. So it should be one another. The classmates gave surprise gifts to one another on the Christmas Eve. Okay. So it's Christmas celebration. 15th, they always defend Dash on every single issue. Okay. They means, of course, it can be two, it can be more than two. Yeah. So they always defend each other on every single issue. Yeah. And moreover, the other choices, another, both A and B, neither A or B. So the correct answer here is A. They always defend each other on every single issue. Now, one thing I just want to tell you here. Now, they, uh, see, we should not guess. So, they can be plural also. But one thing here, the answer is each other. But if it was one another, then both A and B were correct. Okay, I repeat it here. Now, you find the subject they here. Okay, and they, it we have, this is reciprocal pronoun. Okay, so it can be two people, it can be more than two people. Clear? So each other, one another, both are correct, but from the options given we have only each other, another, both A and B, neither A or B. So the correct answer should be each other. Okay, 16. They are such good friends that they never get bored of dash company. Okay, they are such good friends that they never get bored of dash company. Each other, one another, either, everyone. Okay. So dash company, each other. Okay. So answer should be they are such good friends that they never get bored of each other's company. Okay. So I'm sure you have understood about it. Clear? Once again, today we learned about kinds of pronouns. Okay, we learned about the first person, second person, third person. We learned about reflexive pronoun, and we also learned about, very good, reciprocal pronoun. Okay, so remember it and try to apply it. Okay, all the best.